Welcome back to Shoulder Challenge Month. We're on week 4, day 31. Today, we're going over assessment from day 1 to current day and how we can utilize the maintenance of this whole challenge of everything that we've done and how can you take that moving on and moving forward. So, I'm going to go through some images that I took via video of the workspaces of the shoulder and scapula. And we're going to break those down from day 1 to current day. We're seeing pretty darn good. We have made some awesome improvements thus far, but this is just me. You have to do the work. You have to assess this, ideally on a weekly basis, which is why the workspaces are awesome itself. So let's dive into a few of these images. So this first one is when the arm comes all the way up, closer to the ear. Now for me, like even when we first started, this one was pretty normal for the most part. We want to make sure the arm comes as close to the ear as possible. Some people with shoulder impingement problems can only get to about right here and then they start coming back. So just a perfect assessment portion for everyone. So as you can see, both sides pretty good. I'm not concerned myself there. Now, as we start our arm backwards and start to extend, we want to see when the arm starts to rotate, palm facing upwards. So from first visit, left arm, this top one, the space between the glutes or the body and the wrist, as you can see, huge improvement. That's awesome. And even on the bottom portion, incredibly awesome as well. Even improved from last time we assessed as well. So I really like everything we do with that. Now, if you want to go one step further and measure that space, even better, but you can see the difference as well. Now, as we go up, the arm comes across our head, ears, and we start to rotate backwards. We want to see how much more or less movement we can get at a 45-degree angle back and up. So in comparison, we're looking at the shoulder height. We're looking at how much rotation we can get. So pretty darn good in terms of how far the arm can come back, even a little bit better on this bottom right arm. Left arm, similar to a certain extent. I'm not too concerned with that, all things considered. So improvement right arm, but we want to keep moving things in the right direction. So ideally on a daily basis, even adding probably small weights or pushing that line of tightness is going to be perfect, that which I need to continue with. And now we're going to get into scapula. This is where we're going to assess the arm / shoulder elevation, retraction, depression, okay? So I pretty much drew a line from the top of the shoulder to the ear, and we want to see what distance or space we have from the ear hole to the shoulder. So you're going to see that in terms of comparison. So left arm, how far you can depress your shoulder blade down is a little bit improved, taking into consideration heads flex forward. Now, in terms of right arm, that has definitely improved significantly as well. So the more control we have the shoulder blade and even just the ball and socket shoulder joint itself, the better mobility that we can have in the other areas that we can move in without any limitations or discomfort. So not bad on that one. Now, how far can we retract or bring your shoulder blade backwards? Now, this should be in comparison to the ear, and the ear should be over the hip, which should be over the knee and ankle. So just even when we first started, you can see huge improvement left side, even right side. I don't even have to say too much or even measure that. But if you were going to measure it, you would want to draw a line down from the ear and then how far out your shoulder blade can go. Now, taking consideration, I probably would measure about the edge of the ear down and then backwards, but still, all things considered, huge improvement. Same thing with my right arm in comparison. So, again, this is all myself as the demo, but I want you to go through so you have a good idea, so you can actually see the progression. Because if you're staying with each one of these challenges, you're going to notice improvement regardless. It could be small For most people, we're training untrained tissues, so you're going to notice a huge improvement, way more flexibility, movement, probably less discomfort if you had some. So yeah, really good. Now, how high can we elevate? Now, the thing with this is when I was doing the video, I was not even paying attention to my arm coming upwards. So even if your arm is up, not completely straight up, that's going to elevate the shoulder a little bit. So I'm taking that into consideration. You want to measure the top of the shoulder in comparison to the ear. So pretty darn good left arm. I'll take a couple millimeters off with the arm elevated. Same thing with my right arm as well, to where you can't even see the ear, which is good, but I would assume if we brought the arm down, you might see the top of it, but pretty darn good improvement with that as well too. So all things considered, shoulder blade, arm, joint, awesome improvements thus far. Now, how can we utilize the maintenance care of all these exercises and stretches? And that's where it comes down to you on a daily basis. I would absolutely continue with the shoulder workspace, scapular workspace, and then add in a few exercises that you liked or you found challenging but that didn't hurt on a weekly basis. And you can add that into your warm-ups. You can add that into your mid-set of any exercises. If you even want to add that in even during the day for your habits, let's keep on with that. Once this challenge stops, it doesn't mean you have to stop. So you have to keep pushing yourself. It'll take time. It usually takes months, if not a year or two, to where you're going to notice a complete change of everything, but it takes consistency. There's no other way around it. You have to put the effort in, and whatever you put in, you get out. So there is that. There's ways that you can utilize this. There's going to be other series coming out, so pay attention to those. Look to subscribe, like some of the videos that you found challenging, comment on any areas that you had questions on, and really keep pushing yourself. So that is my challenge for you today, to reassess all the angles, motions from day one to current day and notice the improvements. Obviously, you might be feeling it, but to see it and then post it, that's awesome. So I'll see you guys on the next series. Keep pushing yourself and have an absolutely great day.